Welcome back to Delmarva Backyard. We're going to be cooking a pork butt, pork shoulder, pulled pork, whatever you want to call it. And tonight, what I need to do is we're going to get it ready for the smoke tomorrow, and it's going to be awesome. Here's what we're going to be using on it. We're going to be using Bad Byron's butt rub. And it's the first time I've ever used it. So I tasted it. I do know it has a little heat on it. There's a lot of meat on a pork butt, and it can take a lot of rub, you know, even if it has some heat in it. I'm going to put some brown sugar on it, and that'll help balance out the heat in the butt rub. I'm going to try this Morton Tender Quick here. It'll give you a meat characteristic pink color and cured flavor, okay? Trying to get a little help on that smoke ring and bring out that flavor a little more. There's our pork shoulder, bone in, 10¼ pounds. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it out of the package, I'm gonna give it a rinse, and I'm gonna get it out here on the plastic wrap, and we'll go from there. Nice looking. Now you'll get guys that get into trimming this thing for competition, and you know, they really get into the trim and isolating the money muscle and all that. I don't get into all that. I get into, you know, trying to bring the flavor out as much as possible. Nothing against the competition stuff, but it's just not my deal. I'm gonna start with this Morton's Tender Quick, and it says use 1 tablespoon per pound of meat. Now, I'm not sure I'm gonna use that much. That sounds like a lot to me. But I am gonna use, because this is 10 pounds, that'd be 10 tablespoons. That sounds like a whole lot to me. So I'm gonna use each, yeah, it says 1 tablespoon for each pound of meat. And there's 10 pounds on this thing. I'm not going to use that much. Now, it's to cure and pronounce that smoke ring, okay? So I'm not going to put it on the fat cap side. But I'm going to try to get it on the sides and everywhere else. And since this is my first time with it, like I said, I'm going to stay on the lighter side. I have found that using oil and mustard and some of the stuff you see guys using, what it does is it prevents the smoke ring from penetrating as deep. The moisture of the meat, if you massage it in, it'll usually take it. We're going to get our pork shoulder on the grill this morning, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to start the pork shoulder at 2:30, and I'm picking 2:30 because the Rec Tec puts out a great smoke content at 2:30. It's just thick and it's wonderful, and that's the way I want the environment to be for the pork shoulder and pork butt for the first hour or two. Now, after that first 2 hours, then I'm gonna raise the temperature up to 250. This is the device I wanted to show you. This is called a Amazing Smoker Tube, and it's made by a company called Amazing. And you fill it with pellets, and then you take a torch, start the end of it. I found that it takes about 4 hours or so, maybe a little longer than 4 hours, 4.5, if you pack it nice and tight, for it to use that amount of pellets. And it really adds a lot of smoke content. We're at 230 Water pan's full. The smoker tube is getting it. Just want to stay away from the bone. Kind of get it in the middle. This one's for ambient. We're gonna let it go there for about an hour and a half. We're gonna spritz at the first update. We're about an hour in, and we're gonna spritz. My spritz is half butter, half apple juice, and then a little bit of water. Okay, we're 2 hours in, and we're getting some great color. We're gonna go ahead and raise the temperature up to 250. And this is the butter apple juice, a little bit of water mixture. Nice heavy spritz. Okay, we're 3 hours in, and we're gonna spritz. You can see the surface is drying out a little. Gonna spritz, and we're gonna raise the temperature just a little more to 265. We're 4.5 hours, and that's what we look like. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it. Some fake butter in it. We're gonna put the rest of the spritz I was using. I'm gonna put a little cranberry juice in. All right, we are almost 190. So we're gonna go ahead and put our final layer of sauce on. We're bumping the temperature up just a little bit. We're going to get up to about 290 to go ahead and finish it off. We went to 196 degrees, and we let it sit right in the foil that it was in, wrapped fairly tight for about an hour. And what I did is I unwrapped it and took it out of the foil and placed it in this pan. However, I still have the juice that is left over in the foil, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it, and then I'm going to add the juice on top. First thing is get that bone out of there. You can see just how tender that is. It just pulls right out of it. You can just kind of see that in there. And you can see that smoke ring. And this is just the juice from the foil that I cooked. Add that back in there. Oh man. That is good. Woo. The smoke. Oh, the smoke. Great flavor. Nothing's too bold. You get the smoke coming through. You get the sauce coming through, and yet you still get the spice from the butt rub coming through. Really good. That's good stuff. And that's it. The pulled pork turned out phenomenal. I think the butt rub turned out to be a great rub. I like the meat flavor when it comes to, you know, whatever I'm doing. I like that meat flavor to come through as much as possible. I like to use rubs and sauces just to complement the meat flavor, not to overwhelm it. And I think that's what I did here. Is that I think I complemented the meat flavor, and I mean it's delicious. So if you like the video, give me a thumbs up down below. Leave your comments, suggestions, and in the field below. We thank you for watching and joining us here on another video, Delmarva Backyard.